I'm Matt Schultz, the Executive Director of the Historic Lansdowne Theater Corporation, the nonprofit corporation that owns the Lansdowne Theater. We've put together a series of videos that we hope that you'll find really interesting and a lot of fun and fill you in on what we're doing here at the Lansdowne Theater. And if you can support us, we would really appreciate it. Go to Save the Lansdowne Theater on Facebook and make a contribution, or go to our website, www.lansdownetheater.org, and make a contribution. We could certainly use your help. Thanks. One of the many things that makes the Lansdowne Theater unique is that it still has many of its 1927 finishes in it. And when people come here, whether it's for the first time or the 100th time, they're always struck at the enormity of the space and the beauty of the painting. As part of the restoration process, we want to restore all that painting, and in some places we will have to recreate it. But last summer we brought in EverGreene Architectural Arts, one of the preeminent theater decorators in the country, to come in, build scaffolding, go up to the ceiling, and recreate a portion of the ceiling. The way that they did that was an art conservator came in, took samples of paint from the ceiling, brought it back to the studio, analyzed it. At the same time, an artist came in with a huge sheet of plastic and actually traced the detail that you see up here on the ceiling, brought it all back to their studio in Brooklyn and recreated it on a piece of canvas. Then they brought the piece of canvas back, and much like a piece of wallpaper, they adhered it to the ceiling. So what you're looking at is probably what the theater looked like in 1927. Over the years, they actually allowed smoking in the building, so some of the detail on the ceiling has cigarette smoke on it. It's hard for us to believe that today, but it's just, and then there's atmospheric dirt, and then because there was metal in the paint, some of that has actually tarnished. So the building looks very dark, but you can see that once they put in the canvas piece, once they add the gold leaf, and the gold leaf reflects all of the light into the space, ultimately when the whole ceiling is done, the space is going to be much brighter. The other thing that they did was, the squares on the wall here, they're actually supposed to be tiles. On the left side, the tiles were painted using house paint in the 1980s, and they lost their dimensionality. They don't look like tiles, they just look like painted squares. On the right side, EverGreene redid them, and they did them with a series of washes. So the effect is that they have a dimensionality to them. They actually look like tiles. If you look just below that, you can see that they've recreated the stencil on the arch. And then above there, on the shield, you can see the left side of the shield is not restored. The right side is restored using gold leaf, and again, it shines, it reflects light. It's going to be spectacular when it's done. And in the cornice there, they did the portion of the cornice in gold leaf, which again reflects that light. So it's our goal to restore the whole ceiling to those finishes. We have a couple of challenges though. In 1927, you didn't have to have a sprinkler system in the building. So we're going to have 100 sprinkler heads in the ceiling, which we're going to try to camouflage by repainting the original ceiling. The other piece is we have to put in heating ducts and air conditioning ducts on the ceiling. So we've got heating ducts that are going to be about 6 inches long by about 12 feet wide, which you probably won't even notice once we paint them out. Because again, what we're trying to do is trying to create a 21st century concert hall that looks like 1927.